Listen to me carefully. For there is a shift that is about to take place after the 17th of November. God said, tell my people that 4 things will begin to unfold after this appointed time. My spirit trembles as I release this word, because it is not the word of man, it is a word born in the presence of the Almighty. When God speaks about the specific time, it is because heaven has marked it. The 17th of November is not an ordinary day. It is a divine threshold, a spiritual gate, a moment when destinies will be rearranged, when doors that refuse to open will suddenly swing wide, when hearts that were weary will be lifted by the mighty wind of God's favor. For months, some of you have been in waiting. You have prayed, you have cried, you have held on when it made no sense to hold on. You have felt like heaven was silent. You looked around and saw no movement, no change, no answer. But hear me, silence does not mean absence. When God is silent, He is working in the background, writing the next chapter of your story. He is setting the table, preparing the oil, and positioning you for divine unveiling. The 17th of November is the moment when hidden works will be revealed. And God said, after the 17th, 4 things will begin to happen among my people. The first thing He said, there will be a release from what has been holding you, a release from what has been choking your peace, a release from every delay that was not of His will. Many have been trapped in invisible prisons, financial prisons, emotional prisons, spiritual prisons. But God said, I am breaking the chains of captivity, for I have heard the groan of my people. You see, sometimes God allows your hands to be tied so that you stop depending on your strength. Sometimes He allows the pressure to increase so that your surrender deepens. But when your surrender is complete, release must come. After the 17th, many will feel as though a heavy stone has been rolled away from their lives. The blockages will vanish. The fear that once controlled you will lose its grip. The people who held you back will fade out of your story. God will lift you from the ground of waiting and place you on the mountain of manifestation. And God said this release will not be quiet, it will be visible. Those who doubted you will see it. Those who mocked you will be witnesses to your rising. For when God releases you, He does not do it in a corner. He does it before those who thought it would never happen. This release will not come by the hand of man. It will come by the invisible power of God's timing. Doors will open without explanation. Opportunities will find you. Favor will locate you like a magnet. You will realize that the waiting was never a waste. It was preparation for release. The second thing God said will happen after the 17th of November is reversal. God said, I will reverse the verdicts that were spoken against my people. Many have been living under human conclusion. People said, you will never rise again. Systems rejected you. Voices declared that it was over. But God said, I am overturning the words of man, for I alone have the final say. After the 17th, expect divine reversals. What was meant for your destruction will turn for your elevation. The very situation that humiliated you will become the reason for your testimony. You will walk into places that once rejected you and find that the door has been unlocked. People will call your name, not to shame you, but to bless you. God is about to rewrite the narrative of your life. There is a reversal of losses coming. The things that slip from your hands, relationship, resources, peace, God said, I am restoring them with interest. The years the enemy devoured will be paid back. The tears you shed in the dark will become seeds of joy in the morning. God does not forget the tears of His faithful ones. They are stored in His remembrance, and the time for reversal has come. The third thing God said will happen after the 17th is recognition. The hidden ones will be revealed. The overlooked will be celebrated. The people who have labored in silence, who gave their best but were ignored, will suddenly find themselves recognized by divine favor. For too long, many have carried the greatness that no one saw. You gave, you helped, you worked, but no one acknowledged you. God said, I have seen your labor in secret, and I will reward you openly. When God decides to lift a person, no human can stop it. Recognition is not about applause. It is about divine acknowledgement. It is when heaven says, now is your time. After the 17th, many will step into positions they never applied for. They will receive calls they never expected. Their names will be mentioned in places they have never been. Why? Because God's hand will rest upon them in visible glory. Recognition is a divine signal that your season has changed. When God wants to reveal you, He orchestrates circumstances that push you into visibility. People will begin to say, where have you been? And you will say, I was in the cave waiting for God's time. This recognition will not be prideful, it will be purposeful. God is lifting those who will use their recognition to glorify Him, not themselves. But listen carefully. With the recognition comes responsibility. God does not elevate to entertain. He elevates to entrust. When He reveals you, He expects you to carry His light with humility. The recognition that is coming will test your heart. Do not forget the nights of obscurity when the spotlight finds you. Remain anchored in gratitude for what God reveals. He can also conceal again. Then God said, the fourth thing that will happen after the 17th of November is realignment. This is a serious word. God said, I will begin to separate my people from the wrong connection. I will realign hearts, paths, and purposes. Many have been stuck because they are surrounded by people who no longer belong in their destiny. Some have carried a relationship that expired long ago. Some have remained in environments that drain their faith, not feed it. God said, after the 17th, I will begin to move people out of your life, not to hurt you, but to heal you. Realignment means that everything that does not fit your next level will begin to fall away. The wrong people will distance themselves without confrontation. The opportunities that are not aligned with your calling will close by themselves. The doors that were distractions will shut tightly. Do not mourn what God removes. Thank Him. Because everything He subtracts, He does so to multiply your peace. Everything He ends to begin something greater. This realignment will bring clarity. Some of you have been confused, uncertain about what direction to take. But after the 17th, light will shine on your path. God will make things clear. He will separate your will from His will. He will remove noise so you can hear His whisper. And when you see people or things exit your life unexpectedly, do not panic. It is not rejection. It is redirection. God is protecting your destiny from contamination. Now, listen. These four things, release, reversal, recognition, and realignment, are not random occurrences. They are divine responses to your faithfulness in the hidden season. You did not give up when others quit. You prayed when it felt like a prayer was useless. You believed when your situation gave you no reason to believe. God saw it all. He saw your tears, your loyalty, your perseverance. And now He's saying, I am ready to reward what no one else saw. There is a reason. He chose the 17th. God always works with the divine timing. Every number, every date has meaning in His calendar. 17 symbolizes victory after struggle, restoration after warfare, and manifestation of divine promises. It is the number of overcoming, over moving from pain into purpose. That is why after the 17th, things will begin to move rapidly. What took years will happen in days. What you were chasing will start chasing you. Because when God's time arrives, delay expires. Some of you will feel a stirring in your spirit even before that date. You will feel unusual peace, unexpected joy, or a new level of boldness. That is the sign that the spiritual atmosphere is shifting. Heaven is aligning things for your manifestation. Do not ignore these inner signals. They are the whispers of God preparing your heart for what He is about to do. Stay in prayer. Stay in expectancy. Do not get distracted by what you see in the physical. Everything happening around you now is a setup for the unveiling. After the 17th, new relationship will begin. Some of you will meet destiny helpers, people ordained to push you into your calling. Others will experience divine ideas, sudden inspiration, or creative direction that changes everything. God said, I will pour new oil on old vessels. You will feel renewed strength, a deeper hunger for truth, and a sharper sense of purpose. This is not emotional excitement, it is divine empowerment. And God also said, those who mocked my people will regret it. Those who laughed at your struggles will watch your elevation in silence. Not because you wish them harm, but because God will make your life a testimony of His power. He will lift you so high that they will know it could only have been His doing. The same mouth that said impossible will confess God has done it. The reversal will be undeniable. When God decides to move, He does not ask for permission. He does not consult your past to determine your future. He does not negotiate with your enemies. He moves according to His purpose. And His purpose for you is unstoppable. The storms that try to drown you were never sent to destroy you. They were sent to prove your foundation. And because you stood firm, God is about to reward you with stability. But there is something important. Before the 17th arrives, God is asking for preparation. You must cleanse your heart from bitterness, forgive those who hurt you, and release the weight of the past. You cannot carry old wounds into a new season. God will not pour fresh oil into a polluted vessel. Purify your thoughts, lay down grudges, make peace with what happened. The past is over. It served its purpose. Now prepare for what is coming. God also said, tell my people to expect speed. After the 17th, things will happen so quickly that your mind will struggle to catch up. Long-standing prayers will receive sudden answers. Delayed blessings will appear without warning. Doors that were locked will open in succession. It will be as if heaven has placed acceleration on your destiny. But this speed will not bring confusion. It will bring confirmation that your season has arrived. Many will also experience separation, not just from people, but from old versions of themselves. You will feel your desires change. What used to satisfy you will no longer interest you. What used to intimidate you will no longer scare you. You will realize that God has matured you through pain. The old you had to die for the new you to emerge. And after the 17th, you will walk in a strength you did not know you had. God said, I am restoring the confidence of my people. Some of you have been crushed by disappointment. You stopped expecting good things because you got tired of being let down. But God said, I am renewing their hope. You will wake up after that day with a renewed sense of faith. You will look at your future and feel peace again. You will begin to dream again, to believe again, to trust again. For this is not the end, it is a divine reset. After the 17th, some will receive messages, calls, or opportunities that change everything. You will not have to chase them. They will come to you. God is sending reminders that He has not forgotten you. He is aligning the right people at the right time. You will notice divine coincidences, meetings, encounters, or messages that confirm His word. Pay attention. God will speak through small things to confirm great promises. There will also be a wave of correction. God said, I will deal with hidden pride among my people. He will humble hearts that have forgotten dependence. He will expose motives that are impure, not to destroy, but to cleanse. Because He cannot pour new glory into polluted vessels. So if in this season you feel conviction or discomfort, do not resist it. It is God preparing you for expansion. And after this divine correction, God said there will be divine compensation. Every sacrifice that seemed unnoticed, every offering of obedience that looked wasted, He will repay. You will see how nothing was in vain. Even your delays were not denials. They were divine investments. After the 17th, those seeds will begin to yield fruit. You may have been hidden, but God never forgets a seed. And when the rain of favor falls, even the smallest seed will break through the ground. That rain is coming. That favor is approaching. It will come quietly, but when it arrives, it will transform everything. After the 17th, there will also be exposure. God said, I will expose false intentions and hidden enemies. Those who smiled at you but plotted behind you will be revealed. You will see the truth without seeking it. This is protection, not punishment. God will clear the environment around you so that no hidden darkness remains. It is better to be lonely in truth than surrounded by deception. And in the same season, God will elevate voices of purity. Those who speak truth with humility will be given greater influence. Those who have kept their integrity through trials will shine brighter. This is not a time for arrogance, it is a time for purity. The power coming after the 17th will rest only on those who walk with clean hands and faithful hearts. Listen closely, because what God is about to do after the 17th will not be ordinary. It will be personal, purposeful, and prophetic. The atmosphere of your life will change. You will sense a divine rearranging in the unseen realm. You will look around and realize that what used to resist you is now working in your favor. God is shifting the wind. The same wind that once pushed against you will begin to carry you. You will not struggle to climb anymore. You will rise by divine momentum. For when God says it is your time, no force in heaven or on earth can delay it. God said, I have waited for my people to trust me beyond what they can see, Too many have believed only when they could understand. But God is not understood. He is revealed. His ways are not logical. They are spiritual. He moves in silence before He moves in sight. And after the 17th, you will understand why the silence lasted so long. You will see that the pain had purpose, that the delay was design, that the confusion was construction. God was not punishing you. He was positioning you. Every disappointment was divine direction. Every closed door was a form of protection. And now, the pieces will begin to make sense. This is the hour when God will separate those who merely spoke about faith from those who actually lived by it. For faith is not proven when things are easy. Faith is proven when nothing makes sense and yet you still believe. You have walked through nights of uncertainty. You have wondered if the promise would ever come. But now, God says, because you kept believing when others stopped, I will honor your endurance. After the 17th, your faith will bear fruit. You will witness what happened when a person refused to give up on God's word. Do not underestimate what one moment in divine timing can do. A single day in the calendar of heaven can erase years of struggle. God does not need much time. He only needs your alignment. When you are aligned with His will, acceleration begins. And this acceleration is not natural. It is supernatural. You will not have to strive for it. You will simply step into it. It will be as though unseen hands are guiding your every step. Things that were once complicated will suddenly become simple. Paths that were crooked will straighten. Because when God breathes on your season, ease replaces effort. But God is also saying, do not let comfort make you careless. The blessings that are coming are not just the rewards. They are responsibilities. God is entrusting you with more so that you can represent His goodness more powerfully. You are not being elevated for applause. You are being elevated for assignment. When favor comes, remember the purpose behind it. When you are lifted, lift others. When you receive, become a channel. The purpose of abundance is not self-indulgence, but divine influence. After the 17th, many will feel a stirring, an inner pull toward what truly matters. The noise of the world will begin to lose its grip. You will feel drawn to silence, to reflection, to communion with God. That is because He is calling His people back to intimacy. The next move of God will not begin in crowds. It will begin in hearts. He is searching for those who desire His presence more than His gifts, who seek His will more than His wonders. And those who return to that place of quiet surrender will experience what eyes have not seen and ears have not heard. God said, I am shifting the value system of my people. Many have chased what glitters and ignored what grows. But after the 17th, there will be a divine reset of priorities. What once seemed important will lose its appeal. The desire for worldly validation will be replaced with hunger for truth. The hearts of men will awaken to what truly matters: peace, purity, purpose, and alignment with God. You will find yourself wanting less of what distracts and more of what connects you to Him. And in this shift, something powerful will happen. God will begin to open the eyes of His people to see beyond appearance. You will begin to discern who truly walks with you and who merely walks around you. God will give you eyes that see the invisible and ears that hear the inaudible. You will sense danger before it arrives. You will feel when someone's spirit does not align with yours. This discernment is a shield. It will protect you from deception and direct you toward destiny. After the 17th, expect an increase in spiritual sensitivity. Many will begin to dream more vividly. Others will experience divine signs, unexplainable coincidences, and encounters that confirm their path. These are not to be worshipped, they are to be understood. God is not revealing these things to entertain you. He is guiding you. Pay attention to what He shows you in this season, for even small details will carry great meaning. There will also be a breaking of cycles. God said, I will end repetitive patterns that have kept my people in the same place. The emotional cycles, the financial cycles, the relational cycles, they will come to an end. Where you used to fall, you will now stand. Where you used to fear, you will now act with courage. The power that held you in loops of limitation will lose authority. You will find yourself doing with ease what once felt impossible. Because when God breaks a cycle, He replaces it with a new rhythm, a rhythm of progress, peace, and power. God said, I am restoring confidence in my timing. Many have lost trust in divine seasons because they grew tired of waiting. But soon you will see that the wait was worth it. Every delay was building something within you that instant answers could not. Maturity is not born from convenience. It is born from endurance. And those who endured will now be trusted with a greater weight of purpose. God never gives big blessings to unprepared hearts. He first strengthens the vessel, then pours the oil. This is why the pain had to last. It was refining you. It was killing pride, birthing humility, and teaching wisdom. You had to learn how to walk with God, not just talk about Him. You had to experience dependency so that when blessings come, you will not forget who sent them. Every tear was training. Every delay was discipline. And now that the lesson has been learned, the reward will be released. After the 17th, the atmosphere will carry favor for new beginnings. Projects that were stuck will start moving. Ideas that seemed too big will suddenly find support. People who once ignored you will now look for you. Not because you changed, but because your time has come. The same seed that was buried will now sprout. The soil has shifted. The conditions are now right. And when God declares a season ripe, nothing can withhold its harvest. But remember, as blessings rise, so does responsibility. Guard your heart. The enemy will attempt to plant pride in the soil of success. Stay humble, for humility multiplies favor, but pride cancels it. Keep your motives pure. Refuse to compare your journey with others. What God is doing in your life is unique. Comparison will kill your gratitude. Gratitude, however, will magnify your blessing. In this coming season, the wisdom of God will become your greatest asset. You will need discernment to navigate open doors, because not every opportunity is divine. Some doors open to distract, others open to direct. Pray not for more doors, but for the wisdom to know which one to walk through. When God opens a door, it will bring peace, not confusion. It will draw you closer to His purpose, not farther from it. God said, I will expose what is false to establish what is true. You will begin to see clearly who you can build with and who you must bless from a distance. This is not cruelty, it is clarity. Not everyone can walk where you are going. When elevation comes, separation follows. Let it happen. Let God choose who stays and who leaves. The pruning is not punishment. It is preparation for fruitfulness. After the 17th, your relationship with the time itself will change. You will no longer feel behind. The regret of lost years will dissolve because God is about to redeem time. What took others 10 years will take you one. What seemed impossible will be completed effortlessly. Divine acceleration will rewrite the pace of your destiny. You will sense that heaven has placed its hand on your shoulder and whisper, now move. And when you move in obedience, things will align with astonishing speed. God also said, I am releasing strategies, not just blessings. This is not the time to pray for miracles only. It is time to receive divine blueprints. He will give you insight into how to build, where to invest, what to pursue, and what to leave. The ideas that come to your mind in this period will not be random. They will be inspired by God to position you for the future. Write them down, pray over them, execute them in obedience. For these ideas carry the seed of transformation. You will also notice that your words carry more power. What you declare will begin to manifest faster. This is because God is increasing the authority of your voice. Be careful then with your speech. Speak life, not fear. Declare abundance, not lack. Words create atmosphere. And in this season, your words are weapons. Use them with the faith and precision. Speak what aligns with God's will, and you will see results that defy logic. In these coming days, you will also witness divine justice. God said, I will settle accounts. Those who try to harm you will face the consequence of their choices, and those who blessed you will receive multiplied blessings. You will see fairness restored in situations that once felt unfair. But remember, do not rejoice in someone else's downfall. Rejoice that truth prevails. God is not vindictive. He is just. When He balances the scales, He does it to restore order, not to entertain revenge. And through all this, keep your heart anchored. Do not let sudden blessings distract you from the giver. Remember who sustained you when you had nothing. Remember who comforted you when no one understood. The purpose of this season is not to make you comfortable, but to make you closer. Everything that is coming, the release, the reversal, the recognition, and the realignment is meant to draw you deeper into dependence on God. This is the moment to lift your head high and walk with quiet confidence. You are not waiting anymore. You are entering. You are stepping into what has been prepared for you all along. The storms have passed. The lessons have been learned. And the promise is about to manifest. Hold your peace. Hold your faith. And hold your focus. God's hand is upon you. And His word never returns empty. After the 17th, the world may look the same, but your life will not, because something unseen will shift within you. The chains of doubt will break. The fog of confusion will lift. The weight of delay will disappear. You will stand in new light, the light of purpose, of clarity, of divine fulfillment. And when others ask, what changed? You will smile and say, God moved. Listen, because what is coming is not a mere season. It is a divine recalibration of destiny. After the 17th, the old patterns will lose their power and new pathways will appear. The atmosphere around your life will no longer tolerate the limitation. God is about to breathe fresh wind into dry situation. You will feel it in your spirit, that holy stirring, that deep sense that something is shifting. It will not be imagination, it will be divine confirmation. The same God who called light out of darkness will call purpose out of your process. This is the hour when the unseen become visible. God has been building you quietly in hidden places. While others ran ahead, He kept you in training. While others sought visibility, He was giving you depth. And now the season of unveiling has arrived. God never reveals what is unready. When He hides you, it is not rejection, it is refinement. You have been refined by fire, and now you will emerge pure as gold. The delay was never denial, it was divine incubation. After the 17th, God will begin to reorder the landscape of your life. People who once overlooked you will be drawn to you without knowing why. Situations that once resisted you will now cooperate with you. This is what happens when divine timing meets divine purpose. You will not have to explain your breakthrough. It will explain itself. When the favor of God rests on a person, effort turns into ease. Struggle turns into strategy. And pain turns into power. God said, I am removing the veil that covered the eyes of my people. For too long, many have seen through the lens of fear, scarcity, and failure. But now, a new vision is being released. You will see yourself as God sees you, capable, chosen, and equipped. The labels that people gave you will lose their hold. The lies that life told you will dissolve. When God defines you, no opinion can confine you. You are not what happened to you. You are what God is doing through you. This new vision will not only change how you see yourself, but how you see others. God is releasing discernment to recognize divine connections. You will begin to notice people whose presence carries peace, whose words carry wisdom, and whose hearts carry light. These are destiny companions sent by God. Value them. They are the bridges to your next level. But also, you will recognize those who drain your faith and disturb your focus. God is giving you courage to let them go, not with anger, but with understanding. Some people belong to your history, not your destiny. And when separation comes, remember this: divine subtraction is a form of addition. Every time God removes someone, He is making space for something greater. Every closed chapter prepares you for a new revelation. Stop mourning over what God has already replaced in His plan. The silence that follows separation is not emptiness, it is cleansing. God is clearing the stage for a new performance of His glory in your life. After the 17th, you will sense a new clarity in decision making. The confusion that clouded your path will lift. You will begin to move with an unusual confidence. You will no longer question every step because you will feel the steady assurance of divine direction. This confidence will not come from pride. It will come from peace, the kind of peace that only God can give. You will know deep within that you are being led by something greater than your logic. God said, I am rewriting the script of destiny for those who trust me. Many thought your story was over, but they did not know that God is the author. He writes chapters that the world cannot predict. What looks like an ending to others is often an introduction in His plan. The 17th marks a transition from surviving to thriving, from waiting to walking, from hoping to harvesting. You are stepping into fulfillment. But let me speak truth. This transition will require obedience. God will give instruction that test your faith. He may tell you to move when it feels risky, to give when it seems unreasonable, to forgive when it feels impossible. Obedience is the language of faith. When you move in alignment, heaven moves in agreement. Those who trust God without full understanding are the ones who experience His fullness. After the 17th, obedience will open doors that talent never could. God is also releasing divine ideas. These are not random thoughts. They are assignments in disguise. They will come suddenly, like flashes of light in your spirit. They will carry peace, clarity, and power. Write them down, pray over them, act on them. Many breakthroughs will be born through obedience to small instructions. The wisdom of God will enter the marketplace, the home, the mind, and the heart. What the world calls innovation is often the reflection of a divine inspiration. And hear this, after the 17th, God will begin to expose imitation. Those who pretend to walk in light but serve their own pride will be revealed. This is not for punishment, but for purification. God is cleansing the atmosphere around His people. The counterfeit must be exposed so that the authentic can emerge. Do not fear exposure truth. Never fears light. Only falsehood hides from illumination. When God shines light on your life, it is because He is about to expand it. There will also be a rise in divine boldness. The timidity that kept you silent, break. You will speak with clarity, stand with courage, and act with conviction. God is raising a generation of people who no longer seek validation but carry revelation. You will move with quiet confidence, not arrogance. Because when you walk with God, you no longer need to prove yourself. Your peace becomes your proof. After the 17th, God said, I will place distinction upon those who have walked with me faithfully. Distinction means visible difference, not by wealth or status, but by wisdom, peace, and light. You will stand out, not because you try to, but because you cannot hide what God has illuminated. This distinction will draw opportunities, but it will also attract envy. Do not respond to jealousy. Respond with gratitude. Envy is evidence that your light is shining. Stay humble. Stay focused. The same God who lifts you will sustain you. And as this purification happens, your prayers will gain new strength. You will no longer pray out of desperation, but out of revelation. You will speak to God as one who knows He listens. The fear of unanswered prayer will disappear, replaced by confidence in divine timing. God is not deaf to your cries. He is deliberate in His timing. What He delays, He intends to perfect. After the 17th, do not be surprised if certain doors close abruptly. These are not losses. They are divine protections. God shuts some doors to prevent you from walking into destruction, disguised as opportunity. You will thank Him later for what He did not allow. Remember, sometimes the greatest blessings come in the form of denied request. Trust that His wisdom is greater than your desire.